If you like these videos and want more, remember to like and subscribe. Likes get this video pushed up in suggested videos listings. The more views these videos get, the more builds I can do in future videos. As always, thanks for watching.
So I pulled this crank out of the 100cc iron sleeve, and yeah, the bearings are everywhere. So anyways, as you can see, this bearing journal, it's done. So you don't want to like replace a bearing on that. So I didn't order one, but I am in the process of making one. Alright, so there's the pin I just made. So anyways, I started doing this a while ago just because I got the tools for it. If you see this pin where the bearing went to hell, alright, well, this is about 7 times harder than that. You can't scratch this with a file. This, on the other hand, I could cut a hole through it with a file. So anyways, they are Ford Mustang piston pins. I just grabbed some a while back because they were the perfect diameter. They're a little bit lighter, but that's usually pretty good for some of the crap I'm building. And so right now I got the crank back in the 100cc iron sleeve. I want to show you this one. I had to change this. I have a couple of these. If you look, I wish it'll focus. See that chop? So it screwed up the bearing ridge there, and that would just chew everything apart over time. A rod got it. So there's some of the metal debris right there from that. But anyways, I replaced one half and got it going, and I cleaned up the piston that was in it. So yeah, we do got the scarring and the pits and all that fun stuff. We're gonna throw it in until it's end of its life, but the rings, I mean, are perfect, and this thing would run even with the crap, so I'm glad I stopped it when I did. And the jug itself is in good shape, so we're gonna get it going. In the one nick, I just smoothed it out, so. Alright, let me rebuild this and we'll see if it runs. It's 100cc back together here, and I want to show you something. Someone mentioned this the other day. Now, if you look, the 2 keys on this side to the left, those are 3/16 thick. The other 2 keys are 1/8 thick. So the 1/8 thick ones go on the engine shaft, and the 3/16 go on the clutch. Now, a lot of people put those smaller keys in the clutch side, like they go to the start, and then they strip out, so just be aware of that. Alright, so I got good news, bad news, and funny news. So I got this all back together last night. I took it for a ride this morning. It's like 4 o'clock this morning already. And I said, well, let's see what's going on with it. So I redid the crank since the rod in it split that I had. I've never seen that before with a rod. That's crazy. It chewed up one half of the crank, so I pulled the crank half off and put a new one on it. I got a bunch of parts sitting there. So then I balanced it, and it was smooth as butter. But I kept hearing a ting, 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 and I'm like, what the hell did I do wrong? I'm thinking maybe I did the crank. So I go to pull the head. The head's tapping the exhaust pipe. So I didn't have that on it last time. I had that round weird one, so it cleared it, but that was the tapping sound. I'm like, oh my god. I was freaking out when I came back. It sounded like I screwed up one of the bearings or something in the crank. So, oh, that's a relief. But anyways, this ran beautiful. I did port this. I got all the timing and stuff like perfect. I cleaned up the piston that's in there. I think that's on my cell phone. I don't know. I got some stuff that was on my cell phone and the GoPro. Well, my GoPro fell. The mount that holds it fell over. It was like one of those magnetic ones, you can detach it. And the magnet itself pulled out of the thing and went with the GoPro to the concrete floor. To the extent the battery went pff, and it expanded inside its little case. So I lost a lot of footage on that sucker. But anyways, yeah, my little chip even had like a crack through it, so I lost everything, which just blows. But yeah, it is what it is. But I did get it back together. I missed that part of this. I mean, oh well. It's not like people haven't seen it 1,000 times before with other stuff. But yeah, now I have this ported. I have everything polished, all the good stuff in that jug. The rings and stuff were solid. I put this head on it, and it's already got the reed set up. And check the squish. The squish was 0.65, 0.67, depending on where you put the solder. So obviously something's different in there, or there's little variations and stuff. So, but it's close. It's in that range. And then that was it. But yeah, I took it for a ride and this thing's tapping, and I'm like, holy crap. So basically what I'm going to do is put a hydraulic, the little thing in there, and just open it up so it pushes it over some. That's all. Other than that, should be good to go. But anyways, yeah, then we'll ride this around as is now. So I fully ported it, polished the exhaust. I cleaned out the intake, but left it rough. And then I changed the exhaust port levels and stuff by a little bit. Well, actually, exhaust port I widened a little bit. And the intake I changed the levels of. And then I cleaned out the transfers of it a little more. And then put this head on. So we'll see how she goes.